So that was my interview, Cherie, with Colette. But from your perspective,
Yes.
when did Colette join Real Talk?
Colette's been with us now, I believe, 7 or 8 months.
Okay.
Easily. At least 8 months.
Give us a little bit of the background, because she's not your typical member when in terms of her beginnings and her
Right.
family life. Can you kind of talk a little bit about that?
Yes, she actually went to private school, and she went to actually Gorman here in Las Vegas and graduated, and
Very prestigious.
very much so. And the unfortunate thing is, though, she got involved in the criminal justice system after the age of 25.
Late start.
Very late start, but very late, but just went downhill very quickly. A drug addict and methamphetamine, to be exact, and to the point where she lost her kids. So now she's on the right track. She's still on federal supervision and doing great things. I'm actually using her as some of the duties that I have to do. I've passed on to her to try and help me continue to move forward and not have to do all of the other things, because it's still, with this program, it's really just 3 of us working it, me, myself, and I. And so I'm always looking for volunteers, but she stepped up to the plate and wanted to help, and I'm allowing her to do more with Real Talk, and she eventually wants to work with Real Talk once we get funded.
What are some of those roles that she stepped into?
The roles mainly are, more specifically, is just keeping tabs on our contacts, our referrals, and also for our members, reaching out to them, being the coordinator for certain things that we need as far as meetings and reminding them of things, reaching out to them for any events that we may have. And those duties, of course, will change once we get, not change, but added to once we get funded. And she has a very good background in a lot of different things, and her talents can be used in a lot of different ways.
And I interviewed Desiree on a previous show. Talk about some of her expanded roles, because I'm really impressed with how they're kind of stepping out of the roles and just speaking with the kids.
Yes.
And talk about some things that Desiree is doing in the program.
Yes,
or for you personally.
Desiree is actually going to assist with the marketing side, the social media, because I don't do well with that. But she's stepped up and said that she's willing to donate some of her time as well to help promote the program, because she's very familiar with the social media aspects and all the different entities that are out there. I know of them. I don't use them very well, but we do have them. So if you haven't heard from us sometimes on Twitter and Instagram, and what's the other one? At least even Facebook.
Yeah.
We don't have enough marketing out there in order for
There's
people
a
to
Snapchat
recognize.
out there
and there's
now,
a Snapchat,
and I don't know what that is
I believe
exactly,
we have
but-
a Snapchat too, but I haven't snapped or chatted on it for probably since we started it, and that just goes to show you there's so much going on that I don't have time to deal with. But on the same token, though, we're still growing.
Talk about that. Talk about the growth that you've experienced, really just at the beginning of this year.
Yes.
Since last year.
It's been,
how is the program expanding?
We've definitely received more recognition and a lot more phone calls coming to us about how can we help as far as funding. We just got another phone call today. Possibly could be something beneficial as far as funding. And, with the amount of kids that we're getting each month, we're always getting court-ordered kids. That's not going to stop. But the growth that we've been getting as far as overall, right now we're currently over 815 kids through the program.
Wow.
But we have over 465 graduates. So, and our graduate rate to date is 58%. So, we're in the midst of tracking all of the kids once they graduate from us. Because we need to have some validation to show that it is being effective. I know in my heart that it's being effective, but of course, scholastically, you have to have some numbers, what they call evidence-based practice, EBP. My the most infamous word, which I don't really like, but I get. But the thing is, we have to have that data in order to show people, the layperson or the people who are funding us,
right,
here's what we have.
And that's the key.
Yes,
you have
absolutely.
to show all of the program growth and the
Right.
numbers in order for that money to really come in
Yes.
the way you want it to.
Yes, and we've paid out more than $32,000 in kids' activities thus far, and over 110 kids, and 2.5 years.
That's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money, and we're getting ready to pay more because we had that $20,000 personal donation from the WIN.
Talk
or the
about
president.
Bruce. I want to give Bruce some recognition because you had a fundraiser with
Yes.
him, correct?
Yes.
How did that go?
We had a fundraiser with Bruce. It went well. Of course, they have their overheads and whatnot to pay for, but they're very supportive. A Tail and Fin restaurant, very, very supportive of our program. They donated some money to the program just this past week. We had a car wash on Saturday, on March 4th. We raised about $1,400, included the ticket sales. But honestly, I hate to say it, but that's chump change because we're growing now, and that's like allowance, if you will, sometimes. But I'm grateful. I want you to understand that, but we need more because
Right.
as the program grows, more things cost because you got to get in more volume now, and
Right.
and it's expensive, and we need a lot. We need buildings. Or a building space. We need money for the kids' T-shirts. We need money, period, to pay for our insurance, because right now what we have is no grant funding, and so we are working out of a donated cubicle. So we are always seeking, even if you're out there and you think $5 is nothing, $5 is a lot if I can get 100 people to donate $5. So, it's all for the kids. We're very transparent. The money coming in, if it's restricted funds, it will be used for the kids' funding program.
Now, do you have a grant writer, someone that you're working with?
We do. We have a part-time grant writer, and that's even a stretch for us to pay her, but she's donating probably 30 or 40 hours of her pay because we don't have the money to pay for her.
You're getting a lot of members that are coming up with ways
Sure.
to draw money and attention to the program.
Yes, absolutely. And the thing about it, the best part about it, and I keep telling everybody, like, yes, it's the program that I created, but at the end of the day, it wouldn't be a program without them. So I always say, everybody say, "Oh, sure, your program's great." It's not my program; it's our program. It's not about me; it's about we. And so all of these ladies and gentlemen who are involved in the program, they jump on board to do whatever they can to help out in any way.
Right.
I love them, but I hate them sometimes. But they already know that. We got a love-hate relationship. Because, if they're not on task, I make sure that they get on task. And if I ask them something to do, then I want it to be done. So, but they've given a lot of their time. One of our members, like Eric, he has his own distributing company. He donates chips probably every other month for the program from his
That's
from his
nice.
business.
Very nice.
Yes, and we have other people that just donate money, and they have to have a mandatory, I want to say, a donation of $50 every year in order to participate in the program. And so, and they, they don't argue about it. They give me the funds, and like I share with them, look, I'm not going to, your $50 as a member is not going to sustain my program.
Right.
The object or the basically the base behind that is, you're showing me that you are still vetted with this program.
Yes.
And that you want to be here and you were willing to give a $50 donation every time. And the kids know that.
What about the kids that are graduating? Are you seeing them coming back and volunteering for the
Yes, so
program?
we have probably about 15 kids a month that return to the program to continue to get funding for their activity. So whenever they come back to the program, they give us those 4 hours once a month. We cut a check to whatever their
So just because
the
they've
organization.
graduated doesn't mean they can't participate in the activities.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, they graduate if they signed up with an activity right then, and they want to keep doing the activity after they graduate. We'll keep paying for it as long as they come back once a month to volunteer. We will cut checks for $150, whatever the price is, up to $150. We will pay for it as long as they come back once a month to our program.
That is fantastic, and we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to continue with another interview with one of your newer members.
Yes.